it all home and to do it in comeback fashion. You heard Shock say it was a comeback, and it did take a lot of work for JDG to bring it back. Just to contextualize that comeback, at 15 minutes, DuckDome had the largest goal difference at 15 of any individual player of this whole tournament. He was plus 3,939 gold. That's one player that they had to come back from.
And I know everyone is honing on 369, and justifiably so, because Aatrox was insane. Yeah. But I want to shout out Mr. Toothpaste himself.
Let's go.
While I think that the draft was always going to give an angle to JDG to come back, it's this catch right here that I think might be game deciding.
You know what time it is? It's toothpaste time.
Yep.
I just really keep wanting to say that. Obviously, Yagao identifying that he has to take out DuckDome because he is so far ahead, which is also what allows this Aatrox to further get ahead, right? Because this was a very split map game. We had the Aatrox winning on the top side for 369 and JDG, but then on the bot side, we had this Aphelios that was so far ahead, and it was a battle of those two things.
Yes, and I think that last team fight that we saw at Drake really turned the tides, as you mentioned, because of the gold bounties that were going through off of that. And just compositionally, Maokai, Irelia, Leona, like, they do not fare well diving into an Aatrox. LeBlanc really struggles versus the lockdown that they had to deal with. So it was just tough from that point forward once they just threw that goal lead away to be able to come back in.
And I also want to highlight, this is a tendency that Damwon have had in the past, make it too hard for themselves. If you pick up, at the very least, something that isn't Irelia here, maybe you can go toe-to-toe in the late-game team fights, but with no way to reliably peel for Aphelios, and a side-laning pick that doesn't do a lot in team fights, nor is able to side-lane at any point in the game, I think the team-fighting power from JDG was just too much to handle.
Yeah, and